Hey Wargamers, welcome back to the channel, Death from Above Wargaming. I'm Aaron.
I'm Dan.
And we are back with a brand new second Star League Assault Lance, not to be confused with the first or third.
Which is still going to be a failure anyway.
Yeah,
but
they're not going to last.
They don't know that.
They don't know that, but we know. So this is the second box, much like the second Star League.
Yes.
The second box in a series that come with pre-painted minis.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the last time we had one with a pre-painted Orion.
Yes.
Yeah.
It looked actually pretty decent. Yeah.
I think so too. So I'm curious to see, obviously we looked at this one through the glass, but I haven't taken it out of the box yet. So curious to see how that one looks. But there are also, in addition to that, there are 3 other mechs and a vehicle, a brand new vehicle as well. So really excited to dig into this box. Dan, are you ready?
I am. I'm kind of curious if the vehicle is going to have a moving turret.
Ooh.
Guys, we'll see.
Will the Coolant Truck have a moving turret? Who knows? Maybe a little hose. Maybe a little articulating hose.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Yeah. It's not like guys get out there shoot the mechs with it, right?
No.
I can't imagine. It's got to be like...
Yeah. We'll see. Guys, stay tuned. We're going to dive right in. We're going to get them up on the turntable. We'll talk about each mech individually. So stick around. The second Star League Assault Lance unboxing is coming right up. All right, and we're back.
We're back.
In
I think it's the other side.
Typical fashion, I did pre-cut this, Dan.
Yes.
Because I don't trust you. The world does not trust you with scissors. So I just didn't even want to bring them into the studio.
Yeah, I can understand.
They're all like locked up in a safe. So here's what you get in this.
Yeah,
You get the cards, which is always a great thing.
My favorite.
And we get 4 mechs, and we get a little vehicle here. So
they smell like...
Dan, I think you're going to be happy with this vehicle. We're not going to get into it too deep, but there's this comes with a Coolant Truck. It comes with a brand new, all brand new mechs here. Helios, brand new sculpt here. The Emperor, also brand new sculpt. And the Argus, near and dear to my heart. We'll talk about that.
Oh, that's...
Just love it.
Okay.
And then the Direwolf Prometheus, which is so cool that it has actually got one of these annoying twisty ties, Dan. Because it's not like the other ones. It can't just be packaged normally. It's
I thought the Orion had, wasn't it?
It did.
Yeah, it was like...
I don't understand why they do that with the pre-painted ones.
Because it's special, Aaron.
I'm already impressed.
All right.
I'm already impressed, but we'll get into that in a minute. So...
That's how we do.
All right. Fail. All right, so
just like the second Star League.
Just like the second Star League, a total failure. So really, really cool here. Did we? I think no.
No.
Wait a minute. This is it. Where is the card for the Direwolf? Did I miss? Did we miss it?
Is it still in there?
No.
Did we not get one? What are you doing, Catalyst?
What are you great? All right, so
we're going to pretend.
We don't have a card for the Direwolf, and there's no pilot card for it.
There is.
There's a pilot card.
Yes.
But wait a minute.
Okay, I'm waiting.
So you have pilot cards for all 4 mechs.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Is it on the back of this? No.
I bet you it's on the back of one of these. It's the back of that one.
Oh, it is.
Nailed it.
So the Emperor
only comes in 1.
Which, by the way, has Sun Tzu Liao as the pilot.
Maybe that's why. Is he special?
Yeah, maybe. And then we have Victor Steiner Davian, or Davian, however you want to say it, in the Prometheus Direwolf here.
Okay.
Okay, we do have the card. That's interesting. Usually...
It's a separate card to itself, right?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. I don't... Hey.
Anyway.
We could judge, but we're not going to.
Unleash the second Star League Assault Lance. Includes the Emperor, Argus, Helios, a new variant of the Diashi, and a reposed, repeat. Okay, cool. No assembly required.
Box art.
Oh, you want to look at the box art?
Yeah, it's a literal picture of... Actually, that's really good.
That's really nice.
I like that.
That is really nice. And I mean, I've said this before, I like that they use different color right? Like the different colors here, right?
Yeah,
All the
yeah.
Star League ones. I have the other one over there. I can pick it out from here because it's also got the orange font on it.
Yeah.
I love the line art on the side. So very, very cool overall. I'm happy with the box art. I don't know if
it's gonna
you
show up
guys-
that, it's
yeah,
a little-
well, if not, I'll get a.
It's dark on the inside.
It's dark on the inside.
Yeah.
The other thing you get, so aside from the pilot cards and aside from these awesome Alpha Strike cards, you also get the Coolant Truck Battlefield Support card, which is the new, the new hotness. So they have a hover variant and like the standard one, but this one still has wheels, even though it says hover.
I mean,
Maybe the coolant hovers,
need to land
not the
somehow.
truck. I don't know.
it actually just shoots the coolant out the bottom, and that's how it hovers.
It's like it's on like a sheet of coolant.
Exactly.
All right. So while Dan and I are looking at these,
Yeah.
you too can look at them. We're going to get them up on the turntable, give you a real nice up-close personal view, and then we'll come back and we'll kind of go through them unit
And
by
I'll say
unit.
it, there's not a lot of channels that give you that close-up of the spinning mech.
Thanks for the
It's-
plug, Dan.
You know?
Death from Above Wargaming, providing you with premium content. All right, so take a look at these mechs. We'll be right back. And we are back. Hope you guys enjoyed those close-ups. So we're going to start with the Coolant Truck. Dan, I know what you want to do.
I do, and it does, doesn't it?
It does. It's glorious.
It's got a turret. It's so tiny, though.
It's such a little tiny turret.
Dude, it's awesome.
So a few things that I love about this thing. Number one, wheels.
Yes.
I love wheeled. I don't know why I love wheeled vehicles. They just really
They just do it for you.
they do it for me. There's something about the immersion of like a 6 or 8 wheeled vehicle. Like it's just so cool.
Yeah.
I love the profile of this thing, right?
The detail in it is magnificent.
Right, like dude, look at like the blast shields or whatever for the
Yeah,
the windshield. I imagine they close down when it is.
Yeah, because if they're trying to put the mech out and it explodes, you need to protect. We didn't get there in time. But you don't want everybody to die.
Right. It's got like looks like the little attachment. And
We should probably do that for modern fire trucks. Put blast shields on them.
That'd be cool.
Open the blast doors. Open the blast doors.
Yeah. How am I supposed to see anything with the blast shield down? Like, stop whining, Luke. Just fill my mech with coolant. Very, very cool. Yeah. So it's totally a derail. But yeah, absolutely love this thing.
Yes,
Really,
yeah.
really cool detail. I love the in the hubs,
All right.
wheels so inset, right? You just paint around it. Very good.
I not into the looks, but like, what are the chances you're going to bring this to the battlefield?
0. But what I will do with it is I will use it as battlefield decorations.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean,
100% would do that. I would almost like.
I'm curious as to the community. How much would you guys like? Would you legitimately bring this to the battlefield to do
It does
what it's supposed to do?
Like it does have. I thought it had an ability. CT. What is CT? That's cargo, right, or something? I don't remember. But there is an ability for it that it can, you know, you can hook it up to a mech basically and do things.
Yeah, that's what I assume. Like it's there to so you can basically alpha strike every,
who's
every
gonna
turn.
bring it?
But
I don't think I've ever seen a tournament list with that thing used.
Maybe it's because it never had a model.
I don't.
That's why.
No, that's not true. Dave.
Okay,
but that's optimistic. Let's move on. Let's move on to the Emperor. All right. So this thing was originally built like in the 2800s in the Star League era. And then in like the 3057 era, the production line was rebooted.
Yeah, it's a 95-ton assault mech, right?
95 tons, something like that.
Yeah.
It's a big boy. It's a chunky boy.
It looks like a Rock'em Sock'em robot that lost its fingers.
So yeah, Tom, is that you? Yes, I think it does look very primitive. A couple of things though that I like about that is it is like one of the first assault mechs, so you think that the design would in fact be a little more primitive.
Yeah.
But I do like the jump jets in the back, right?
Yes.
They almost remind me of the Grizzly, like stylistically. Even though there's no design heritage there. Or
it's definitely
lineage,
like it's definitely a modernized version of the graphics drawings of the 80s.
Oh, dude, it was so flat and plainer in the 80s.
And I do like that you also got like, there's a lot of flat surface. So if you want to do a lot of stenciling or a lot of the whatchamacallit, decals, like you have a lot of surface to really customize the way it looks.
Yeah, that's a great call out. Yeah. Overall, I mean, I don't mind it.
No, I don't hate it.
I do think, you know, like in the there's like a bunch of new weird assault mechs, like the Pillager, the Devastator, this thing. They all are like these sort of like pancake designs where they're very. Yeah. This is my favorite one of those. You know, even like the Mackie, like they're just like these kind of like things on legs, but I don't mind this one. I like the detail, like all the stuff in the back of the legs, and you know, even the cannons are very fearsome.
And I'm not really seeing any mold lines to really have to work with or deal with. So
yeah, it looks like underside of the arms, like
it looks like they're really
well hidden.
They did a great job on they're doing a great job, I should say, on hiding the mold lines for sure. I mean, there is where the shins are, you can kind of see right there.
Oh yeah.
But again, that's kind of like where everything comes to an edge. So you could definitely, that's easy to work with.
So let's take a look at the Helios next.
Yes.
All right, 65 tons.
Yes. Heavy assault, or no, it's not heavy assault, just heavy.
Just a heavy.
Yeah.
Absolutely love the design. Take a look at some of the unique design cues in this one. So the arms are like, I've never seen anything like those. I love the, you know, the jump jets again on this thing.
Yeah, on the bottom there.
It's got those like chicken walker legs kind of.
I love chicken walker legs.
You know, they're not really, actually, they're like Nova Cat legs.
Yeah.
Where they have the three.
Yeah.
You know, the sort of the weird like dog legs, I guess they are.
Yeah, it's like they basically got two knees.
Yeah.
Knee.
Yeah, it's got two knees. That's exactly right. What are these things on the top?
I'm assuming those are missiles.
They look like missile launchers.
Like,
yeah, 100%.
SRMs or maybe.
Yeah, I don't know the loadout of this one off the top of my head. I'd have to look, but I like the cockpit.
Yeah.
Looks almost like a medieval helmet.
Yeah, yeah. Reminds me of the Centurion. Sorry.
Centurion, yes, that is true.
Yeah,
I could see it does have.
Maybe it takes
it does. I mean, it's built into its body, whereas the Centurion's on top. But I totally see the similarity there. The one thing about this is like, unlike the Emperor, this thing's like packed with details.
Yes, yeah.
There's just crap everywhere. Little vents, big vents.
I like the weapons on I just, for whatever, like the more modernized, smooth look of it.
Dude, it's really cool, right?
Yeah.
And this is a newer design, so I really appreciate it. I like the little torso twist on there. You know, for whatever reason, it is not facing quite out of the base
an action
front.
pose. That's what they call an
action pose. But I still love it. So anyway, overall, very impressed with this one. I think it's another winner in my book. So far, this pack is, I think, very good.
Yeah,
very good. So talk about the Argus. I'll talk about why I love the Argus.
You go ahead and do that. I'm going to hold it though.
So the Argus was MechWarrior 4.
Okay.
All right, brings back a lot of great memories. It was the first mech that I played online. I played it like extensively, and I used to load it up with like LBX 10s.
Okay.
And it was absolutely a monster. Just LBX 10s and two clan ER large lasers, and you wouldn't put anything in the missile arm. You just run around and murder people. Fantastic little design, 60-tonner, and the Iron Wind Metals model of this.
Not as
just not proportioned. You had to use a lot of imagination. Let's just put it that way. This, on the other hand,
a lot of Iron Wind Metals, older stuff.
It's true. The new stuff is much better.
You really had to be like,
yeah, the old stuff is kind of tough. But I mean, look at the freaking detail on this. So on the gun arm, you can hold it, you can touch it.
I'm allowed to. Okay.
Just the difference, you can tell they're completely different weapons, not just by the size, but one's got like the suppressor in it, the other one's got like a long, smoother barrel. The detail in the missile launcher, the sort of the vents in the back, and every little individual missile's like inset and there. The detail in the cockpit. Love the legs, right?
Yes, yeah.
The way there's like the little upper. This is more chicken leg, right? It's got the upper, right? The little upper, and then like the large lower, and that's the joint there is really, really good. Love the sort of ball socket turret or torso.
Yeah.
Like it almost looks like the whole thing just kind of like.
I kind of wonder. Can you just?
No, I'm not going to
do that.
You could.
You probably
You probably could. I think you could. I'm definitely going to buy another one of these.
It doesn't look like it's actually separated, but you could definitely probably cut it and separate yourself.
I bet you it's just glued. I bet you it's two-piece and glued in.
All right.
You think or no?
I mean, I'm not really seeing like normally you'd see like there's an actual gap or not. Anyway.
I'm gonna look again. Yeah, you might be right.
I'll grab my channel locks.
We'll just bust this puppy apart. I love this mech.
I love it in two pieces. Now I have two things to love.
Cockpit's crisp.
Yes, yeah.
Side glass.
The detail's really good. Yeah.
All of these have been really good, and I'm looking for there's like a little imperfection here, but again, all the mold lines and stuff are underneath.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like they're doing a really good. With the Catalyst is doing really good with the placement of the mold lines and where they are because it's a lot more manageable.
The top of this thing has got crap loads of detail.
Yeah,
really good.
Which is what you're looking at 90% of the time. So, well,
you don't play like that. Really, really good. So here I'll put some of these out here so that you guys can take a look at some of them up close. We'll put the Coolant Truck. Boom. There she blows. Now, Dan. Now, when we looked at the Orion, we were pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of backlash about the idea of having one painted mech in a Lance and nothing else painted.
Yeah.
Which I understand that sentiment, and I do tend to agree with it. However, the quality of the paint job, you want to touch it so bad. I'm stalling with a monologue. The quality of the paint job was so impressive to me.
Yeah.
Like way better than I thought.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to win a gold demon, but I mean, it's probably going to be better than like, I want to say at least 50% of the people even just watching.
Yeah, I'm
not saying you guys are horrible painters.
No, but these are pretty good.
But I would definitely say like unless I put like 4 days worth of effort into one mech, like it's still.
I mean, look, dude, the gun barrels are gemmed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
Take a look at that. So this Direwolf has got a fun story. Basically, this particular variant was built in secret in the New Avalon Institute of Science. They had been salvaging and collecting clan parts forever, and they basically reverse engineered an entire Direwolf based off of collected parts. So kind of a neat story for this particular thing. And it's a Direwolf. It's reposed. It's
action pose.
Yeah, it's got an action pose. Yeah, I mean,
the only thing I will say I don't like about it, and I probably will change, is the windshield, the cockpit colors. I'm not a huge fan. I don't.
You don't like that?
Nah, I don't. I don't feel like it really kind of fits with that blue.
Okay,
that's it. Other than that, acceptable.
Acceptable, Dan says. Dan says it's acceptable.
I probably, if I could, I'd buy 2 of them, one unchanged and then one changed, and then that would be it.
And like you would repaint? You mean you would repaint it?
No, just the cockpit. I would change the cockpit and then on one of them, and then the other one I would just have unchanged and put in a little glass container or something.
I mean, the thing is, it's like such a unique variant, quote unquote. Like, I don't know. I think it's just going to go on the shelf with the Orion, to be quite honest. But let's do this. Let's rank them.
Okay.
Most favorite to least favorite.
Okay.
This is hard.
Yeah. It really kind of is, yeah.
And I want to rate it on a sort of like a composite of usability, sculpt quality, like all of these things.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to go first? Okay.
I'm going to go first.
All right.
He goes down there.
Okay.
Are you blown away?
No, I'm not surprised. Wait, so are you going from right to left or left to right?
This is my favorite.
Okay.
This is my least favorite.
Okay.
So my right to left, the viewers left to right, which is confusing for them. But I like the Argus the best. The Helios, honestly, like, I could do this, but I'm in love with the Argus too much, and I really think they nailed the execution.
Okay. But
the Helios was a pleasant surprise because I just love the proportions of it. I love the scaling of it. I love the sci-fi, like, new tech look of the weapons. Really, really cool. Right. But that's my take. What do you think, Dan?
This is going to be my take.
I'm taking them all.
I'm melting them all together. So I'm going to go from, obviously, favorite, I think.
Really? Okay.
Blow Aaron's mind. Because I like Rock'em Sock'em Robots, man.
Yeah, man.
So that would be...
you bastard.
Yeah.
How could you do it?
Because I can.
How could you do it?
Do you want me to go into my reasons why? Or
yeah, I mean, you have to
I just think it's overly too... I think it's too big, honestly, size-wise, for a 60-ton.
Yeah.
Because this is the Helios, which is about a 60-ton. Yeah. I feel like they should just scale it down a little bit, and I'd be all in.
I feel like I can get behind that. Now that you say it, it is pretty juicy. But I'm gonna defend it.
Okay.
Like the legs, he's got chicken legs, bro. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, he skips legs day all the time. He's very narrow in the torso. So I think by volume it's right, but I could see what you're saying.
I get you. I don't hate it. And then there's the other ones, and then the Rock'em Sock'em Robot. Buddy.
You do. I like this.
I would paint it red, and then I'd paint the other one that we said was Rock'em. I'd paint that blue, and then I would constantly.
And we make like a diorama.
Yeah, make them fight each other.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, right, when we think about this pack, and the Coolant Truck,
it's cool,
but it's like
the usability for it is. I don't know where or when I would.
As a guy that always likes to build the tables, right, and I love bringing the story to life with the terrain, like that's why I ranked this one a little bit higher. But I do understand, like from a force perspective, it's almost like it's like a little added bonus you get in the pack. Like you could not even have this in the pack, and I would still be thrilled. Yeah, this is a little added bonus.
I could see using it in Classic. I think it would be extremely useful.
Yeah,
in Alpha and
like, what are you gonna do with it?
In Override, it's just
yeah, I mean, I don't even.
Yeah.
Pew pew. Let's talk about. Would you buy this? Would you not buy this? Like, what do you think overall about this pack?
Yeah, I would buy it. Mostly for the collectible, which is the painted one. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's not going to be around forever, per se.
Yeah.
And then I do like the Helios and Emperor, and I am a fan of the Dire Wolf. So it kind of just would add to.
I think if you, like, for example, bought the Mercenaries box set, which is generally, I think, set in that 3057 era. You have the Star Slayer and a lot of these types of like Pillager, like a lot of these mechs that sort of are rebirthed in that 3057 Second Star League era. This is an amazing pack to buy, especially if you're a Fed Sons player, because you got some good stuff, right?
Yeah.
I think even if you're not a 3057 player, but you're an Ill Clan era player, very cool.
Yeah.
If you're only playing Succession Wars, like this isn't going to work for you.
No, not at all.
I don't even think these were invented yet.
Why would you? I mean, why pigeonhole yourself into one time frame?
Why do it? Play all the time frames.
Expand your horizons.
Yeah, I mean, I you know, we've been playing a lot of Ill Clan, but I've been looking forward to like going back to Succession Wars or something else. You know.
All right. Okay.
I do think it's fun to jump around because I think it gives you an appreciation of all the different tech levels and things along those lines. But anyway, I think. Like, again, I highly rate this pack. I think it's a really good one. Some of them, you know, I have question marks about, and I'm like, why are these mechs together? Or like, like this whole pack looked like it went through the microwave. These are all very crisp. You know, I think they're great designs. I think they're new. Like, I love that. I want new stuff.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than when you buy like the Mercenaries packs, which I loved, like the you know, the Iridani Light Horse and Great Athlete. They're all cool. But they were mostly
the same thing, just repos.
Right, there was like one new mech and one new variant or something, you know, and then repos. It's like I don't want that as much as I want new stuff I can add to my force.
I agree with you, man.
Yeah,
I agree.
So, anyway, interested to know what you guys think about it. But if you're looking to get a second Star League Assault Lance, do you know where you can go, Dan?
Yeah, I think it's a website called
Ares Games and Minis.
Yeah.
Look at that. We practiced that 3 times. That was our first take, though. Ares Games and Minis is our #1 stop for all things BattleTech, whether it's the terrain, the dice, the books, the novels, the miniatures, obviously.
Paint brushes.
Yeah, all the armor painter stuff. Yeah, lots of good stuff there. Lots of good stuff there. And the decals. Dan was referencing decals. So if you want to put decals all over your Emperor, you can get Fighting Piranha. You get the Death Ray stuff.
Really
Thunderhead Studio stuff. Yeah, there's all kinds of cool stuff to get over there. So definitely check it out. Great prices, fast shipping, and tremendous service. Speaking of tremendous, it would be tremendous if you shared this video. You could like it. You could also subscribe.
That would be, that would be helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could also leave a comment.
Helps Aaron pay for his Maserati.
I don't have a Maserati. I mean, everybody knows I have an Evo. I'm a JDM fanboy for life. I would never drive a Maserati. But I will say this.
Okay.
We have like thousands of views on our videos, Dan.
Yeah.
And like 12 people like it.
Yeah.
Does it mean you don't like the video? No. Nobody wants to click the like button. It requires work. That's fine. But if you're going to do anything, share the video because I want more views. That's really...
You know what your YouTube should do? They should make that...
Anyway. That said, I think we're going to wrap this one up. So again, hope you enjoyed this review. I definitely think you should go out and buy one right now. Very, very cool box, totally worth it, and really, really great sculpts. I'm sure they'll be fun to paint at the very least, and exciting to field at the best. But that said, we're all done, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and of course, stay tuned. Always great stuff coming from Death from Above Wargaming. Have a good night.